off Siri.
Voice.
Okay, guys. Welcome to 2014 Troop 797. At the request of Mr. Flynn, for those of you that participated at our last Troop 797 meeting, for those of you that maybe didn't, we had kind of a rosebud and thorn session on the troop. What we had done the last year, what we really liked are roses. What was some buds, what we wanted to do more of, and some thorns, what we wanted to do less of. And it was a pretty enlightening thing. And we talked about all kinds of things, and you know, it was there was some very insightful things by some young scouts. And with that, ideas that were discussed at that meeting, I think the future of Troop 797 is bright. But we're going to we got to work to make that happen this year. And at the request of Mr. Flynn, he talked about how when I first took over as a Scoutmaster, I did some discussions on what servant leadership's about. And that's really what we do as our scouting oath and law every week. It talks about the characteristics that make a servant leadership. And I have in the past talked about servant leadership a little bit, but I'm gonna bring some renewed emphasis and focus on what it takes to be a successful leader in today's world, and what is the best kind of leader in today's world by many people's consideration. And what I want to do tonight is I want to talk about somebody in our midst that is probably, as I've gotten to get to know people, probably one of the best examples of a servant leader that us in this troop know, that we have a personal relationship. Not the only one, but one that we can all look at and learn from and understand what it means to be, what the scouting oath and law and the goal of scouting means to look like when you're an older man. And that's Mr. Patrick, Mr. Wade Patrick, who was the Scoutmaster 4 times ago. I've got to know Mr. Patrick, you know, over the last couple of years. And I will tell you this about Mr. Patrick. Mr. Patrick is always a can-do. If you ask him to do something, he'll say yes, he volunteers. But then he'll always close, is there anything I can help you with? Is there anything else that I can do for you? He's not asking what he can get by helping you. He's asking what he can do for you. And I want to tell you, boys, that the people that volunteer, the people that are pleasant, the people that do things for others without being told, they're the ones that people recognize as being helpful, as being servant leaders. And you know what? The best opportunities come to them. Because people that have opportunities, that have the ability to open doors for you, whether it's a school or a business or a job or a financial making opportunity, people that have that ability to open the doors. In the past, we've talked about people that have that ability to thrust you to the next level. They give those opportunities to people that are thankful, that are people that are polite, to people that they want to be around. They recognize a spark in those people, and they want to help them up. They say, that's a fine young man. I have an opportunity. I want to open the door to help that person, because I know when I put him in a position of leadership or a position of thing, he's not going to disappoint me. He's not going to make me look bad because I put somebody in there that wasn't capable of handling that role. So people that have become successful in life, they're not successful by themselves. To be truly successful in life, you got to be surrounded by successful people, because together you create synergy. You all do something that's greater than the whole. And you want, as a team, and you want to bring people with you that are successful. You know, if you were going through a draft, whether it's an NBA draft or NFL draft or drafting your team, you don't want to pick the guy that's the argumentative troublemaker. You want to pick the guy that's going to play like the team. And I know you've all heard it said, there's no I in team. There is an I. It's in the A-hole. Got it.
Yeah.
There's an I in team that's in the A-hole. Nobody wants to be the A-hole. Okay? It's true. It's true. Mr. Patrick is one of the finest examples of servant leaders that I know as a man. And I've known a lot of fine leaders. And I'll tell you, he's not the only one. Every adult that volunteers their times and comes to these meetings, they're servant leaders. Mr. Flynn's a servant. He's doing this canoe outing. He's done this training. It's his passion. And he likes that. But it's also his passion to share that with you guys, to pass it on. And let me tell you something, and I'll close it this way. Y'all are young boys now, okay? Y'all all have a father. Some of you have grandfathers. And they won't always be here with you. But they love you, and they've been your servant leader your whole life. They've done things, they've sacrificed things, they've done things for you. They come to scouting meetings because they want to be with you. They want to see you excel and grow. Okay? They do it out of love. And that's what servant leadership's about. It's loving your others. Loving others as much as you love yourself. That's the golden rule. Okay? You won't always have your fathers or your grandfathers with you. Becoming a fine servant leader and helping serve them is a way of paying them back. Telling them, thank you, Dad. I respect what you've done for me. I'm proud to be your son. Tonight, Mr. Patrick's father is having very serious surgery. He's 82, 83 years old. He was in the hospital all through the holidays. He may be, he's definitely in his later stages of life. We don't know how far he'll have. They're stripping the veins out of his leg tonight because he's got blood clots that could easily go to your lungs or your heart and die. Mr. Patrick's been in the hospital all day. He was there over the holidays. Mr. Patrick's a fine servant leader. He loves this troop. And he's a great example for you all to learn from. I will ask you tonight to keep Mr. Patrick and his family in prayers, because he loves his father, as all of you I know love yours. If y'all become the kind of man that Mr. Patrick is, I know your fathers, whether they're here or in heaven or where, will be proud of him, as will everybody else. So with that, may the great
Scoutmaster of all Scoutmasters be with us till we meet again. Be prepared.